Hey everybody, I'm here with Peter, one of the devs from the game Dragonhold. Peter, why don't
Hey
you
guys,
say
nice to
hi?
meet you. Hi everybody.
All right. Me and Peter were just hanging out a little bit before the video, starting it up, and you showed me a couple cool things that I'm excited to show you guys later on in the video. But for right now, why don't we go ahead and jump on into a hunt?
Hey, before we do that, let me ask you something. Can you go to the building menu?
Yeah, one
Yeah, just hit
second.
resume. Go over to the workbench.
Yeah.
So one of the things we've actually been asked a lot about is, like why is there town building in this, or like what does the town building do for you?
Mhm.
And I think um, the best way to look at the town and probably even the castle is essentially a visual tech tree right now. Every time you complete a quest, you get an anchor stone and you bring a portion of the castle back, and that gives you a new power as a player. So, like the first one you bring back will give you a grappling hook. A little further down, you'll get like a dragon airstrike. Like ground pound capabilities, like all these things that get unlocked every time you complete a quest. The town kind of works similarly, but every time you build a different building, it gives you access to new game features. So, for example, when you build a garrison, you can start playing as the other classes whenever you go into a hunt. When you build a lair, you can play as the other dragon classes. Um, the lighthouse, for example, will allow you to generate cards that you can play during the hand of fate when you get dealt the cards. It'll generate cards for you every half an hour or so, and help you build your deck out. So this base that you're building here is essentially unlocking features of the game as you go forward.
Interesting. Okay. That there's been a couple of questions that I've had about those cards. So,
Mm-hmm.
if it happens during the run, I'll point it out immediately. It'll be during one of my dungeon escapades.
Sure.
But there's usually like a little card that'll pop up in the middle of
Mm-hmm.
those, and I'm wondering if that has anything to do with what you were just talking about.
It does, yeah. That's actually you start out with no cards. Right now we have all of the cards unlocked so that you can show the various content if you want.
Right.
But when a player gets their hands on the game, either they'll have one or two cards or no cards. So when they go into a dungeon and they open up a chest and they find a card, that gets added to their permanent deck until it's used.
Interesting. Okay, I'm also curious. We were talking, you said it's the middle mouse button for grapple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's quick. That's quick.
Yeah, you can grapple onto the ground and slide along the ground, or you can grapple buildings or whatever.
Yeah, because I just unlocked that. Like, the last time I played the game, I extracted, and it gave me my grapple, and I was all excited. I was like, yes, I can grapple. But I was
and there's
so
some
curious.
creatures you can grapple onto also, and you'll kind of hold on to them as long as your stamina holds.
It takes up stamina?
It does, yeah. If you're holding on to something, it takes up stamina.
Yeah, and then just so you guys can kind of understand what he was talking about, right now I'm locked in as a rogue. This guy right here, his class is a rogue, but some of these other guys I don't have available to me because I don't have the garrison unlocked quite yet. And then similarly, I've got 3 dragons that I can use because they're all the raider class, but I can't use some of these other ones that are out here.
Exactly, the striker and the juggernaut class.
I can't wait. I really can't wait to use this dragon. It's a unique dragon that I was gifted for helping these guys out.
Yeah, I like Aquila a lot. He's cool.
He looks so unique. And then I like Phobos as well because I think they're the 2 most unique looking dragons out of the bunch. I was almost tempted to use Snipe though as the dragon.
He's very, yeah. He's got a look to him. He looks like an angry dude you meet on the subway or something.
Right. I just love the color purple. It's my favorite color. And so like I was like, it's either that, but then I was like, he's got some tertiary purple in there, and he just looks total.
Have you seen the poison dart skin for Velas?
The poison dart skin for Velis.
Oh yeah. So
Let's see
go
that.
yeah, Velas, that guy. So go to skins. Yeah, that's the
Oh
poison
wow,
dart. Yeah.
that looks pretty cool. Now, some of these skins, they're available already for like some premium currency. That's just to help you guys out. And I totally understand that. You guys are a team of 3, an indie developer. And I mean, from what I've seen so far, your guys' game is really coming along nicely. For essentially early access is what we've got going on here right now.
Yeah, we've taken a lot of the feedback that was given from the community, and even in the last 2 weeks, we've just fixed so many bugs.
Oh yeah, I was super excited. There was, if you guys came and watched over on the Twitch while I was playing, there was that 45-minute timer that you guys had, and I got kicked out of the game, and I was like, oh my gosh, we did all
Remind you,
this.
that's still in there in the build you have, but in the next build, that's gonna be removed.
Okay, so we got to keep that in mind. 45 minutes in this run, and we got to get out of there. Otherwise, I won't get any of my stuff.
So yeah, if you want, I can kind of explain what the cards do and how they operate.
Yeah.
So the quest, yeah, the arrival is how you get there. Some arrival cards you'll have your weapons, other ones you won't. So for example,
interesting.
there's one where you just wash up ashore and you don't have any of your weapons, so you're kind of running around barefisted until you can get something to fight with.
Okay.
Other ones like the secret passage one you're on, you'll have your weapons with you. Or if you use the songline gate to get in, you'll have your weapons. And of course, some of the buildings affect some of these cards, right? So like if you build a lighthouse,
Right.
when you sail in, normally you can't have weapons, but if you have a lighthouse, you'll be able to take your weapons in with you.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the arrival. The quest, we're going to have 12 main quests, and a lot of them are involve using both your character and your dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the quests, you're going to be doing a lot more air fighting, or taking out like gigantic citadels in the sky and stuff like that. So every time you complete a quest and you're able to extract, you get an anchor stone, and that's how you can get new powers for your character. So the world card is kind of like what state is the world in. And that affects a lot of things, right? It affects what kind of creatures are in the world. It affects kind of like some movement mechanics, visibility, things like that.
Yeah.
The bounty. So there's a set of bosses in the world that kind of are just doing their thing. And if you can take them out, you'll get what's called a primal token. If you're able to extract with that primal token, it converts into just a ton of gold and XP. So these characters are part of the story, but if you're able to take them out and it's completely optional, you can get a bounty for it. And then lastly, the escape. Right now, we just have it set up to escape via the gate. But there's going to be multiple escape routes. Sometimes you might have to find a specific gate. Sometimes you're going to have to, catch a ship going out. Sometimes you might have to sneak back out through the secret passage and all these other things.
Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, because it's been songline gate only so far for us.
So far, yeah. And the interesting thing is one of the a couple of the missions, I think 2 of them will take you completely out of the Azarkeen region and over to a place called Arkan Forest. So we do have another entire map as part of the quest that you'll end up going to, and that place it's a crazy, dense, deep, kind of old, ancient wooded area.
Oh, that's pretty neat. What is your favorite world?
I like Clear Day.
Clear Day.
I like either Clear or Snow are probably my favorite. My least favorite is Bloodstorm because there's freaking zombies everywhere.
I hate Bloodstorm. You get swarmed so hard in Bloodstorm. Okay. I did a Clear run earlier. It's also probably the easiest to do for stream and like for video purposes. We could probably do stream Clear Day.
Yeah.
And then let's see, Songlane Gate entrance is kind of boring. This right now, the dive in is probably your guys' best entrance at the moment, the Arrival. At least it's my personal favorite, so we'll give that a shot.
Cool, looks good. So this is actually one of the things we did was add the briefing because people didn't quite understand what to do. So in addition to the voice lines, we added the briefing.
Oh, there we go. You can do that super dive in here.
Right from the get-go. And one of the castle powers you unlock later on is when you're diving down like that and you hit the ground, giant explosion comes out around you and takes enemies out.
A giant explosion comes out? That's pretty crazy.
Yep.
Alright, there's my merchant dude down there. We're gonna go talk to him.
So we finally got him showing your stats when you get different weapons and descriptions for the different items also.
Yeah, that was huge because there was like a couple of items where I was able to figure out, you know, this is for this is for that, but there was a couple of things like the chili, the little ghost pepper. I was like, what the heck is that for? What does that even do? Well,
yeah, it makes your hits a lot harder.
It increases your attack damage for 30 seconds, and I was just like using it. I was like, this is just taking up my inventory space for what? Okay.
Yeah, the attack charm does a similar thing, but the charms are essentially permanent. As long as you have them equipped, it's going to be giving you that benefit.
Yeah, I like to go for a health charm and the attack charm, and you guys got rid of my stamina charm in here. I don't have a stamina charm anymore. I loved picking that thing up, especially as the rogue. I was able to just go ballistic for like 30 seconds without having to worry about anything. I'd just dodge through like 5 different attacks and then can't do that anymore.
So all that stuff is still in the game. You're just going to be able to find it here and there.
Okay, now here's something I'm curious to know about. When it comes to weapons, obviously we've all got different strengths. Right now, the 2 playable classes in the demo is the knight and the rogue, right? What stats should I be like focusing on? I've always felt for my character, the rogue, it's the attack PR, my speed, my durability on the weapon, and the crit percentage. That's what I've been focusing on. But is there any reason I should be paying attention to magic PR?
So the magic power is primarily what the sorcerer uses to deal damage.
Okay.
So whenever you're playing a sorcerer, you're going to want to focus on that over your attack power. But the speed gets applied to your character currently. So the higher the speed, you know, the faster you can run and things like that. We're toying around with changing that so that the speed actually modifies how fast you strike. So, you know, a lot of these things are kind of still up in the air as we experiment and see what feels the best.
Yeah, I mean, even though you say it really just affects like your character speed, I still personally just feel like it also affects my attack speed just slightly. Not crazy, but
well, you do move faster, and the rogue kind of like bounces between enemies like a ping pong ball, so yeah, it does affect your attacks.
Okay, so let's see here. I love the dark blade, but again, it's got that magic power stat in it that makes it affect some of the other ones that I don't want.
There's also one thing to consider. So you'll see on the inventory that some of the weapons have slots associated with them. You'll be able to put like specific weapon charms into those slots. So you'll be able to take just any sword that has a slot and potentially, you know, stick in like a fire mod or a poison mod. And the magical power of that weapon does affect how much damage that does. Yeah, so you can see they're all locked right there.
Okay, yeah. So that would be interesting to know. But for like right now, current build.
I mean, they work in the current build. I just don't know if there's
I've never ran across one so
you
far.
Wouldn't. So the weapons are primarily in the dungeons, and the mods are going to be in the alcoves. And the alcoves are the ones that have like those cover stones on them.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they're actually in there yet, but you know, that's where they are going to be.
So these little blue stones, right? I have.
So you'll see that one
has
has 2 of the 3. You'll see it has 2 of the 3 beacons lit. So that means that's a level 2 alcove. So a level 1 alcove is easy, level 2 is medium, and a level 3 typically has a mini boss character inside. and they'll leave
Okay.
different levels of loot.
How do I get in it?
Okay, so as soon as you get your dragon, you're gonna see that there's a magical seal on top of this.
Okay.
So there's some things that you can only see when you're in dragon form.
Yeah, because I
of the-
noticed it
because of the
lights up like a
magical
green color when I see them and I'm on my dragon.
Right.
I've done that.
Well, it depends on what kind of alcove it is, right? So we have different kinds. We have nature, we have shadow, we have sacred, and we have elemental. So the alcove, the seal on top typically tells you what kind of alcove it is. And
Oh, that's
it looks
crazy.
completely different when you're inside. Yeah.
That is
And,
crazy.
we'd like to extend that out to the dungeons eventually also. Like right now, the dungeons that are all across the map are shadow dungeons, but we're also working on nature dungeons and things like that. So when you go into a dungeon, you never know exactly what kind it'll be.
Yeah, because right now the dungeons feel very similar. Oh, that's a big armor dude. I don't want to hurt him. Those guys are usually friendly
Use your
and
grapple
timid.
on him. You can get on his back.
Wait. Oh, what happened there?
Just hold it. Yeah, you gotta hold it. Yeah. See?
Oh, that's so
You
cool.
can just kind of grapple onto his back. And the fun thing is for enemies, when you grab onto them, you can actually you can hold and then, press the attack button. So you can hold onto them and slice them up.
Let's see. Oh, this is going to be a little scary. I think usually like this spot right here likes to spawn in really big enemies on me. So I'll probably have some... Oh! I'll probably have like some lumps coming in.
It's gonna take a minute for the lumps to come in. So we have a game director, which will kind of analyze what's happening, and once it becomes too easy, it's gonna start throwing some guys at you.
Oh no!
And one of the things, yeah, you pissed them off. One of the things we noticed was people were saying that there was just too many enemies coming at you, so we slowed the director down a little bit. So you're gonna get a lot less of that.
Unless you piss off a whole bunch of those guys.
Yeah, don't piss off the goblins. Those guys are terrifying.
Mr. Gobbler, please. Oh, that gave me a huge level off that.
Yeah, so that was actually one of the other things people were very confused about. The levels. They would say, well, I got to level 10 in the game, but then when I got back to my hub, I was still level 1.
Right.
It's kind of broken up. What's that? Go ahead.
So it's like the difference between your class level and then your expedition level, so to speak, right?
Exactly. Yeah, so we really just changed the name. It's now called the focus state. And what it does is while you're in that quest, it increases your attack power, your health, your mana, all that stuff, your endurance. But it has to be kind of like increased again from 0 every time you go out on a quest.
All right, let's use a couple of these guys. There we go. Oh, is that my cyber slicer?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Actually, not even supposed to be in the game right now, but.
Oh, really? I love this thing. This is my favorite. This one and the Shadow's Bane are my two favorite. Now, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
What is that? That is new.
So I mean, that's actually been It's
no, that's just the better graphics. Yeah. I have not seen that I have not run the game with ultra graphics before.
Oh, there you go, you got your dragon. Yeah, those things actually spawn in. Like it's the corruption spreads if you just leave it alone. If you're near one of these things for a while, you'll see a couple of those things start to spawn in.
Gotcha. Okay. That's really cool because I haven't seen that happen before where it just like spawns in randomly like that. Usually they're already kind of spawned in, they're already there, and it's like I take them out. But then like I said, just with the ultra graphics, it looked so much better, like so much more. And I love the water now. The water looks so nice. You guys did it. Stupid whips. I hate the whips. The worst thing, one of the worst things to run into, in my opinion, right? You'll be taking care of a whip, and then that guy shows up. This guy right here. And when you're low level, they just totally will kick your butt.
Yeah, those guys typically show up on the medium and large corruption lines. It's kind of a risk-reward thing, right? So if you want to just take out the small shrines, I think they only give you like 8. But if you take out these larger ones, yep. Yeah, get away from them. Oh, that guy's tough. The bigger the shrine, the more corruption cleanse it'll give you.
Right. I always try and aim for the ones that give like 20 or so.
Yeah, those are the big ones.
I like to get them. I like to get it out of the way, so that way I get enough time for a dungeon usually.
Yeah, I highly recommend people like increase their focus before they go after the boss, because you get a lot more health, you get a lot more damage output.
Yeah, I think
these bosses are not meant to be fought on like focus level 1 to 3 or 1 to 5.
I think I didn't go in until I was like 15 or something like that. Yeah. And that felt relatively okay. Ooh, we got another weapon. And we got something other than the Cyber Slicer. Usually when I've been playing these, I only get the Cyber Slicer from the whip drops.
Okay.
So it's good to see that we're getting some weapon variety out there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because now that on the demo you guys have co-op available, so like if you're running with your rogue friend and you're a warrior, well, if only the Cyber Slicer, which is a rogue weapon, drops, then you get nothing out of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they can merge it in, but yeah.
Yeah, but like.
Yeah, you still want your own, weapon for sure.
Because what is their starter weapon? Ooh, a little treasure chest.
Let's see, yeah, there's some sorcerer weapons. The starter for the knight class is the Sterling Blade.
The Sterling Blade? Okay, so that was what dropped, but I'm assuming you get something better out of it. Like out of the dropped ones?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, it's random.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a percentage chance that it'll drop essentially any kind of weapon. Especially when you're in the dungeons, there's a chance you can get like a legendary weapon just dropping in there for you. Oh, I hate messing with those things. They're terrifying.
Oh, it won't let me on them. They're not too bad, I've found. Those ones aren't too bad.
We nerf them a lot.
Okay, I was like, I just run into them kind of. I'm also not really looking at the map. I wanna look at that. That looks so nice.
So a lot of the map is inspired by Persian architecture, like ancient Persian architecture.
Okay.
So you're gonna see a lot of that style in like the Genuvian buildings. But as you go north, or I think it might be. You're gonna see like some more traditional medieval type buildings. In this era of the lore, the Genuvian Empire is essentially like the big, powerful empire that's they're not evil. They're just like a normal kind of empire, but they're the ones who are kind of controlling large swaths of the land. And this area, Azarkeen, is on the very periphery of their empire.
All right. I think it's dragon time. Let's go see. Is that a shrine? Did I not take that out?
No, that's underneath the. Yeah, it's underneath the spire.
I didn't realize I was right here. I need to get out of there. I'm gonna die very fast. Yeah, that spire is no joke.
What's that?
That spire is just no joke.
Oh yeah, it'll light you up. Yeah, it looks like you have a blur charm right now, which makes you just move that time faster too. That's why you're running so fast.
Yeah, I had like 6 of those one time, and I was like, I am just the god of lightning right now.
Yep. There was some talk about should we put a limit on how many you can move, but like why? Why not let people go like insanely super duper fast if they just want to load up on Blur Charms, you know?
It was honestly so confusing. I thought it was the weapon that I had. Like I was like, is it just the weapon that I have? And so I kept on like giving it just to my weapon. Oh my gosh, not an ogre and a lump.
There you go.
Come on now.
Now you can
Ogres are actually my least favorite mobs to face. At least it's just a regular ogre, not an ogre lord yet.
Yeah, those guys they're pretty insane. And you know, you can click F if you want to cloak and hide from them, or you can hit C and kind of cut through both of them. That does a lot of damage.
Yeah, I forgot. You know, I always forget to use my C.
Yeah, your abilities.
Oh my gosh, his roar is so annoying. Not as annoying as that fire though.
Yeah, so the roar is essentially like crowd control. When you get too close to them, they might do it to push you back.
You want to see another thing I can do too that I like? I like just doing this.
Yeah, so you'll see that the ogres are throwing stuff at you now. The ogres will throw rocks at you now when you do that.
Oh, yeah, they will.
Yeah, I mean, you can cloak as this dragon too. The raiders can cloak.
Yeah, but why do I need to worry about that? I can just potion up real quick and dive back in. I knew the lumps would breathe fire at me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so a lot of the enemies are going to get anti-dragon attacks. I think the biggest mistake I've seen people make playing the game is when they're a dragon, they just kind of sit there.
Oh no, you got to keep moving around.
Yeah.
But it's difficult sometimes. Oh my gosh, he's just
one
rampaging.
of the things the community has mentioned that we're going to add in is the ability to strafe when you're just hovering.
That'll be a nice addition.
Yeah, they feel like they're kind of stuck when they're just hovering, but yeah, if we let them strafe, they'll be able to get some of that maneuverability back in.
Oh, we gotta use that self-revive real quick.
Almost got him.
There we go.
Oh, he just gave you a nice weapon.
Let's see. Yeah, but it doesn't have any speed for me. I need to go fast.
You've got the blur charm. You're going to do a lot more damage with that weapon than what you currently have.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 69 versus... What is it? So if 53. You hold it, see, yeah, so you can see if it says merge and swap. So if you swap it, it'll take your attack power up to 69. If you merge it, it only, you know, goes up by like
and I was already upgrading this one. So that shows that this one's way more powerful.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to pull up the map. We're going to go to this hut right here. I feel like.
And try and find a merchant. I think you can smell potions, man. There should be one by the windmill.
There's one of those things you were talking about. So we'll go there after the alcove. After I find this hut right here. There we go. I like going into the huts because you also get a little supply run for if you're... Oh, this is new. Before, it would just be like a little pink haze on like low... I'm talking about low graphics here, guys, not the high graphics. The high graphics, I'm guessing, has always been like this, where it's all warped and stuff. But on low, it's just like, it's got a little outline and stuff.
Figs is preoccupied with a rude house guest. Please excuse Figs.
Yeah, so you gotta like clear his house up before he'll sell you stuff.
So you do that, you get a nice little bit of gold here. Then you come out here, you hit this treasure chest. And then sometimes I won't even buy any of the health potions, because if I do this a few times, usually I can wait it out and those guys will spawn back in.
Yeah, I think in the latest build we keep them from respawning.
No, that was one of my favorite things. I would just sit there and I'd be like, yeah, so
You're a warrior, not a farmer.
I'm just gonna farm in here real quick. You know?
We have this one sound clip for Figs. If you it's not hooked up yet, but if you break any of the vases in there, he'll be like, "Oh no, that looked expensive."
I think I've hit it. I think I've hit it before. Hang on. I definitely might have heard it once or twice. And then his little pet here is just sound asleep the whole time.
Yeah, he's asleep through the whole thing. Have you seen his little rubber ducky?
I haven't seen the rubber ducky. He's got a rubber ducky. Where's it at?
Next to him. It's in his little water tub. Other side, yeah, right there.
Oh, look at that. He's got a rubber ducky. That's cute. I hate it. Now I have to go and actually buy some materials.
Mm-hmm.
It would be really cool if you guys had like just a double click on these and you were able to buy things.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of people just clicking away. I think we'll definitely have to add that.
I already sold that.
Yeah, the sell
is
menu is pretty bugged out right now, so we got to fix that also.
You get kind of used to it. You realize like it's just a pattern of repeating.
I mean, that's kind of what happens when you're in development, right? You get used to so many things, and then you give it to players, and they're like, "Why is this crap broken?" And you're like, "Oh God, yes, it is broken. It's been broken for 3 years. We just didn't care anymore."
I need more health potions. Give me all the health potions. We'll buy 3. That's enough health.
We increased how much health they give you back too.
Yeah,
I think someone mentioned that they give you a tiny bit, but
it used to be so minuscule. Like that huge chunk that it just did, not even half of that would be covered.
Well, now it gives you a percentage back, whereas before it would give you like a set amount.
I think it was like 150 or something. It was really small.
Pretty small, yeah.
Okay, I think that was the alcove over there, right?
I mean, they're all over the place. Different kinds of alcoves all over the place.
Yeah, but we had this one super close, and we got the corruption, so we're gonna take care of the corruption.
That's a level 3 shadow alcove. You sure you want to go in there? It's got a mini boss.
Yeah, we'll be good.
Probably gonna be a lump.
Lumps are fine. Lumps are fun. We love lumps.
The cake-eating demon.
Yeah, cake-eating demons. That's the official lore.
Yeah.
I was talking to Peter in the Discord, and I was like, so lore-wise, are lumps just lesser demons? And he goes, no, they're demons that ate too much cake. And I said, that's it. That's the official lore. I'm no longer accepting any other lore about those guys.
I mean, that's the awesome thing about being in the Discord, right? We get to kind of make things together. So now the official lore is that the lumps are cake-eating demons.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I love about, like, not just you guys in particular, but like indie developers in general. They're so much fun to interact with because a lot of times you guys can just like go hang out with them and say something and like have a general impact on the game.
Yeah, I'd say our community in the Discord has had a huge impact on a lot of the things we've built, especially over the last couple of weeks since we put the demo out. We've learned so much from just kind of making the game available.
Oh my gosh, those blur charms are starting to get a little worrisome for me. I can't control my movements.
And there's been some talk about adding a lock-on system too. So.
A lock-on system would be nice, but your guys' target system for now also holds up really well.
We do have a soft lock currently, so it'll draw you towards, the enemy.
Yeah.
But some people just prefer a hard lock. And when we started the game, there was actually a hard lock implemented. So actually, if you want to try a fun little trick, hit the 1 on your what is it, numpad.
On my numpad?
It'll change to what? Yeah, on your numpad. When you're done, hit the 1 button, and see how your character moves after that. It's gonna be a little buggy, but you could try it out, see what you think.
Oh, oh, it's fixed on my cursor like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got some enemies to go try it out on now.
I think it'll switch back when you fight. No, it's still going. Yeah, you might be able to toggle it off if it's too annoying, but you know, we did have the kind of camera that will just always stay behind the player at one point.
Oh, turn off. Okay,
Yeah.
am I back to normal? Okay,
Yeah,
we
back to
tried it for
normal.
one fight, but we're about to go try some serious stuff out now.
I think you should try and find a nature alcove. Those are pretty cool.
Nature alcove? Alright.
Yeah, just find one that's green or like blue will be a sacred alcove. Because like all of the dungeons right now are, I think that's an elemental alcove down there.
That's blue and red.
Yeah, so red is the elemental alcove. And
There's a blue one.
actually, yeah, I'm not sure which is which.
We'll go try out this blue one. It's level 1 anyways.
That'd be a sacred alcove, yeah. So then you gotta go way up in the air and then transform and dive down onto the seal to break it.
That is so crazy. I was trying so hard to figure out what these were. How do I get in them? What do I do with them? Like, I was like, is it a portal? What is it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'd
so
fly in at an angle. If you go straight down, you're gonna have a hard time hitting it.
okay, I'm up all the way, and that's telling me I need to go. So our
Hit shift. There you go, and then see if you can.
close but no cigar.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna want a much steeper angle.
Whoa!
Oh, yep, you're in trouble. Get those guys out.
Get these guys out of here.
Most people who get killed have been killed by these things because they don't realize there's stuff in the air shooting them.
They're pesky. I'll admit that.
In other missions, like the Citadel mission, for example, you get like all of these flying god machines, and they're pretty scary too. That's a good angle if you want to try and.
Nope. I overshot it. I couldn't.
Yeah, try getting like far enough to do like a 45-degree angle. It's your best bet to hit it.
So,
I'd say
like,
still not enough of an angle.
little health potion sitting up there.
Yep. Yeah, those guys drop health on the. Yeah, try that. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Satisfying,
Oh,
right?
Yes. Okay.
So now if you take these guys out, you'll get like a chest, kind of like in the big hut. And every time you come in here, depending on what kind of alcove it is, it'll look different. There'll be different enemies.
Yeah, I've never seen these enemies before, ever. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, these guys are the Bandur. They're from Arkan. They're from Arkan Forest.
Oh, so in that one world state you were talking about earlier, you'll run across these guys all the time then.
Yeah, there's a lot of different enemies. There's like dryads and you know, like ents and golems and all that kind of stuff in the other world. Probably behind you.
Yep.
Yep. We gotta add like a
it's
little
a
screen to
stab.
those things.
That happens sometimes where I'm like, where'd it go? And then just a staff, no mod slots yet. And then is this the way out? That sure was the way out.
Yeah, that's it. They're essentially like these, you know, one-room dungeons that you can go in and get some loot. See if you
And
can
some
find another one.
focus.
There's got to be a nature one around here somewhere. And there's a place on the map that nobody really goes, and we kind of took it out of the demo, but like all the way over on the right where you see that lava,
Uh-huh.
there's an entire underground Skell city in there.
Interesting.
It's not in the demo, but it is going to be in the full version of the game.
Do I have that one by chance?
You do, but we uploaded the demo build to the main branch, so you're essentially playing the demo right now.
And we got hyperspeed as our dragon here. Whoa, what is that thing? I haven't paid attention. Oh, that's a little
camp.
Yeah, that's a little camp. I've been there before. How much time do you think we've been in here for?
Probably a good 20-25 minutes.
Let's see, that's the same one. That's blue. Oh,
You're hitting the space bar, aren't you, while you're flying?
yeah.
Yeah, you're getting that lift.
This dungeon has never been opened before. Right here.
Oh,
For
really? I
me.
mean, so the dungeons are randomized every time.
Are they?
So every
Okay.
time you go in, it'll be different. Yeah.
I was like, I've never seen these towers like actually have an active dungeon. But they're all kind of the same, sort of.
For now, yeah. But later, just like the alcoves, they're going to be different depending on what kind of dungeon it is, and you'll never know until you go in. Ah, so there's a green one right there.
Yay! This is gonna be a challenge for sure. I'm calling it right now, chat. Calling it right now, guys. This is gonna be a challenge. We got 2 corruption spires kind of close together. Whenever that happens, it's never a good time for me. I mean, it is a good time. It's just crazy challenging. Who spawned in? Oh, it wasn't an actual spawn, it was just running into that guy. Okay. I get scared sometimes. I'm like, who spawned in where? Because back when I was first playing, it would be just that. I'd be sitting here trying to get the spire done, and then all of a sudden, whoosh, and there's, you know, something terrifying, a demon, a lump, something just coming to get me.
So watching you play, we made a change to the way that the shrines work, and we added essentially what's like these director blocker volumes around them, so you won't get random spawn-ins while you're dealing with the shrine now.
Okay. Interestingly enough then, if you guys did like for those level, like the easy, so you know how you said you got the easy, the medium, the hard ones? On some of those hard ones, it's really easy to clear right now, especially that now that I know that. You know, I could just go fly around super quick, hit all those up, and then be done with the main mission in 5 minutes, give or take, so to speak, outside of the main boss, and the Dragon Spire, because the Central Spire, because that thing also will just chunk you down like crazy. But if you guys did add like one singular mini boss, so to speak, or something like that, that spawned in at the end afterwards, that would be, if you're able to figure that out, that would be pretty acceptable, at least in my thought. Because then also like it should generate more focus as well. So like it, again, like you're saying, that risk versus reward, you know. Are you ballsy enough to go take it on, or are you gonna? Because I've done some pretty crazy stuff, and I'm just like, I'm pretty ballsy for this, but we're gonna try it anyways. And then it's like, nope, they got me, or hey, I made it work. All right, how's this angle looking? I think I've got it here.
Yeah, I think you might be able to do it. Oh,
So close.
So close.
If I was back like a centimeter.
Yeah, I'd say just fly further away from it, and you should be able to steer yourself in. You don't necessarily even need to hover there. You can just kind of...
Oh my gosh. All right.
You're getting shot. There you go. I think you got it.
Too soon. What was attacking me there?
So the shrines will shoot at you if you're a dragon. That's what those red orbs are.
Oh yeah. Okay. We're gonna go fly over here then. Superman, kapow!
Nice.
That's probably like my favorite thing to do now. Oh gosh, this is. Are you sure this is?
That was the level. Yeah, if you come out, it shuts. You can't go back in.
I didn't even. I wasn't even trying to go out. But a bunch
you backed into the portal.
Those. Are you sure that wasn't a shadow? Because that seems pretty shadowy to me. The Dawn Geists.
Yeah, it'll randomly spawn an enemy in there.
Oh, okay. So it's just like the backgrounds.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, so some of them have specific types of enemies in them, but it'll always spawn from like a set of enemies.
Let's see. Let me check my map here. Where's my songline gate? There it is. Let's go. I'm gonna go.
You can try to extract with what you've got.
Yeah, I'm gonna go extract with what I've got for this run, even though I didn't clear the main objective or anything. But we did.
And
a
you
lot
don't
of...
have to. That's kind of the cool thing. You can come in just to get some resources or, you know, get some XP.
And look at cool stuff like that one looks pretty cool. I always wondered, these lighthouses, right? Is that just it? Is it just a lighthouse? There's nothing I can do with it?
This plays a part in another one of the quests.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
they look like they are supposed to be something important, but there's nothing important.
Yeah, you'll be able to go maybe inside in a future quest.
Gotcha. That'll be really cool. Alright. Let's activate the gate and get out of here. Now, if you're exiting early, do you have to have an extraction stone? Is that like the thing?
We're gonna get rid of those actually.
Okay.
Yeah, originally you needed them always, but I think what we might do is put them in specific missions for when you want to use the gate to go somewhere else.
Oh, that'll be interesting. Alright. Check this out. Check this out. This is so cool. And you just wipe out a whole trove of them, just like that.
Yeah, you'll be eventually open up one of the another ability slot, so you'll have 3. That's one of the things you unlock at the castle, and then you'll just be able to equip from any of the abilities that the character has before you go in during the prepare screen.
Ooh, those are ogres. Okay, now we go invisible and we just ignore everything for the next few seconds.
As long as you have mana. See, if you had a mana shot, you could use that and then just
No, I sold it.
and stay cloaked.
I sold it.
Alright, so it looks like the gate opened. You've got about 15 seconds to get in before that thing shuts on you.
Yeah, there we go. We made it. Woo. But yeah, the Songlight Gate, I love that you just get absolutely swarmed there, and like it gets progressively worse and worse until, oh yeah, and then look at that, 40 minutes, 40 seconds, so I was spot on getting out of there. Otherwise I would have gone into that dungeon and been kicked out later on.
Yeah, so the funny thing is the 45-minute timer is for the Horizon Blade mission, or the Horizon Blade World State, where you know that giant like clock / sword thing you see in the skybox?
Yeah, I think so.
If you don't finish the mission within 45 minutes, when that card comes up, that thing is going to turn down, face the planet, and obliterate you.
Oh gosh. Yeah, so guys, that's what a typical, like, just not super serious run looks like. If you're just going in for some supplies and stuff, that's what that looks like. I've done the full run before, beaten the full boss and everything on actually it was offline. I could never get it done in 45 minutes before. I had to do it offline. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's other YouTubers out there, other content creators who have done that, and why don't we go show them that PvP map that we were looking at earlier? Once I
Yeah, so this is exclusive to you right now. Nobody else has seen this.
No one else has this. That's crazy. So yeah,
we get to see Dragonhold Castle, the original Dragonhold Castle in all its former glory.
Yeah, this is Dragonhold right now. This is Dragonhold present. We're building it back up.
Yeah, so this is our PvP mode called Supremacy, and you'll either be on the Balance or the New Dawn side. And you'll be able to choose from any of the characters. All of the weapons are available here, but all of their stats are set to the same thing for the PvP, so you don't get an unfair advantage.
Oh, I was so curious. I was like, can I use one of these other abilities yet? No. So yeah, you can. I like that. I can also use just anything. But yeah, to start off, guys, in PvP, what you'll do is you'll hit the spacebar and you'll take off on flight. You emerge behind this, and then check this out, guys. Isn't this stunning? So in the PvP,
and if you go into there, yeah, so the PvP is basically like you take control of these rooms. These are called core rooms. If you go inside one,
I don't want to fall to my death.
Yeah, well, there's no fall damage, but actually, if you do go too low in this map, you can die. So you'll be facing off with the other team in here, and you got to capture these points. And when you capture the crystal in here, it'll send an energy pulse to the associated crystal above. So then you'll want to go outside and shoot with your dragon fire into the associated crystal up there.
You want to shoot into that?
Yeah, shoot at it.
Whoa, so
and
it's
as you
like...
shoot into that, you're going to be filling up the bar along the top. So it progresses very slowly, but you'll see you're kind of eking in a little bit.
I see
of
it
energy.
now. And obviously, it's 8 versus 8, right?
That's right. Yeah, so people are going to be out here trying to stop you from doing this.
But at the same time, there will be more people also blasting at this alongside you. So that's really
right.
cool.
And there's multiple core rooms for each one of the PvP maps.
And then here's this one. Oh, B looks like it would be so much easier to capture than A. Now, what is this? This is just a giant health thing. So is this...
Yeah, it's just like a floating health. You can just kind of grab those while you're flying by.
Gotcha.
And if you hold A while you're flying, or D, you'll see that he'll start to veer in those directions, but only when you're flying forward. It's
Oh yeah, like the little strafe.
Yeah.
Is there like an out of bounds that I'm gonna hit? No, there isn't. There's just no out of bounds over here. How far out is it?
It'll turn gray and then you'll start taking damage.
This looks pretty crazy. Oh, there it is.
We actually changed Azad's tail. We added in the spikes for him. And the faster you move, you'll see a little wiggling on the spines back there.
Yeah, I feel like this is like most people's build out right here. At least in the demo. I feel like a lot of people did not opt to go rogue, and I was like, there's a lot of enemies and I'm solo. I don't need to hit hard, I need to hit fast and get out.
Try hitting numpad 2 a couple times.
Okay, so there's just once. It kind of alters.
Numpad 2 isn't working?
No.
Try turning into a human. Turn into a human and then hit numpad 2.
Alright. Let's go do that. I'm gonna go up here for that.
It's just gonna kill you when you hit numpad 2, but like you'll be able to try out one of the other dragons.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that just knocks you out. And then you get some XP.
Yeah, you kill yourself, you get XP. So hit continue and see if you can grab one of the other dragons.
Yeah, I can.
You can actually...
Maybe.
Maybe.
Hang on. Ugh. We'll go kill myself again.
Yeah, you can do it anywhere.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, as long as you're in human form. Huh, maybe not.
Maybe
I
this
don't
is a
know. I
little
don't know what
bugged at
happened.
the moment. Where, yeah.
Here's your punishment.
This is my punishment for showing things early. Try to give you guys something cool and exciting to look forward to. If you guys enjoyed what you saw today, please put this on your wish list and don't forget to join the Discord server. I'll link it down below.